And I'm live. So hopefully this is going through to YouTube. I haven't done this on the phone yet. And I had to re-enter all my credentials. I'm just aiming the camera this way, wondering if you can hear. There is quite the wind today. It is warmer, but the wind is so great that I just don't feel like going out in it. I know that it wrecks the camera or the mic on the broadcast. Hi, Sheena. And so I thought I would just stick around in the yard. I've already been outside today to go plug in the tractor because the older horses need a new bale. But yeah, I just don't feel like snowshoeing today, and I don't feel like competing with that wind. I did that last time and it just sounded horrible. So I thought I would call this hanging out with, thanks Sheena, hanging out with Rip and Kayce. And of course, Christy's in there too. I did look out the window at one point, and the horses were playing around, the older ones. So, Sheena, I think it is cold if you're standing out in the unsheltered portions. Hi, Beth. But yeah, I'm getting tired of all the snow. Like, if you look around the truck, well, that's the truck I don't drive, but there's just a lot of snow to melt. And we get teased with the broadcast, the weather forecast says it's going to be warm and above zero, and it's not. It changes. One thing I noticed, I came out earlier because I put some stuff in the barn. Casey looks like he's getting taller. Beth, I don't know if you noticed, I asked, it was in Gary's live, if you've received that t-shirt, because I never did ask you, and I did order it. Oh, it's got to be over a month ago. Yeah, it's a beautiful day because the sun is out. And I was over here petting the horses before my fingers turned black. They are starting to shed a bit. But they are very warm when they stand in the sun. Rip takes those cookies so easily. Baling hay, wow. And I don't know if you guys can tell, Casey's mark on his face is turned lighter. So still can't wait to see if that turns into be a birthmark or a Bendor mark. But Casey still has never eaten one of these. Oh, he took a tiny little nibble. Hi, Neil. And I was on, oh, there he dropped it. Oh, well, I'll let Casey find that one. Not Casey, Rip. Look. I don't know if you guys are hearing the dings. Getting some messages come in. I didn't realize my dinger was on. Oh, one more week and it's going to be spring break for me. I'm already thinking about ideas. I'm getting closer and closer thanks to the help with some channels I know that have been watching my old stuff. What was it down to? I think I've got 27, 22 hours right now. Did Rem come in and I missed him? Yes. Sorry, Rem. Thank you for coming in. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to go live every day or if I'm going to get a video posted. I was exhausted yesterday and I never made a regular content, which is what I usually do on Saturday. Whew. Hi, Phil. I almost tripped there. Lost my train of thought. Okay, Beth, did you guys receive my t-shirt? Sheena, who are you talking about? 17. Oh, I haven't yet. Wow. Okay, something's wrong. I went back and I saw your comment. Something is wrong that you haven't received it. Oh, I'll have to check into that because it was ordered and I was charged for it a long time ago. I know that, what's his name? Rick. Rick had ordered stuff and he never got something. He got an empty package and they said, sorry, it was lost in the mail. And I'm wondering if it's the company being kind of, what do you call that word? I don't know. I'm not impressed with spring though. We have a package at the post office. Yeah, Treasure Hunter, that was ordered such a long time ago, but you'll have to let me know. It shouldn't have taken that long for you to receive it. Unless it got lost in the mail. Or if you guys get an empty package saying, sorry, the mail lost it. But yeah, I've had better service from Bonfire than I have with spring. I need to get a tripod and just set up my camera so that you guys can see sometime how close these guys get, because all you see is their heads. You guys lost me there for a second. I did post the link. Hi, Dave Knight. Just cause I don't know, I haven't used StreamYard in a long time. I'm kind of at a loss for words today. Just one of those times where I'm waiting for spring to come. And these guys have quite a bit of bale left. I don't have to feed them today, maybe another week. Can't wait for everything to melt. All the mess comes that you have to clean up. I know the guys have been laying on this patch of ground, which is mostly manure. They're really filthy. But I have to wait before I can comb them all out, that it's guaranteed warm weather, and I'll just start cleaning them up. I can see more and more of around Casey's eyes, the color coming out. I'm gonna guess that he's gonna be a very pale Palomino. Or let's see. I'll use this bale as a chair. I probably should let the chickens out for some fresh air today because it is warm. Although their area is so in the shadows. Only one pigeon hanging out today. Yeah, I believe it, Neil. Every week, the forecast has shown that it's going to be above zero, and not by much, maybe 1 or 2 degrees. And every week we've gotten snow and wind. Um, the place that I work for spans quite a large area, so they divide it into 3 different areas, and one of those areas had to get shut down because of the highway conditions. Just it had snowed, and the snow was nice and loose, and the next day the wind blew it all over the highway and turned it all into ice. Hi, Jerry. Yeah, I just had to take people's advice. If I waited, I've been watching everybody else's lives. It's kind of hard to jump in there. I decided to go later today because I was feeling a bit lazy, and I also saw the post from MT Homestead saying that they weren't going live today. So I thought just come outside and relax with these guys. I did buy another panel for my barn, um, and I thought maybe I could fix up that stall. See, yes, it is slowly melting. It's going to take a while, a couple weeks. Christy's on my lap, and that's why having a hard time holding the camera steady here. Um, oh, I was thinking, um, like in the winter when everything is frozen in the barn, um, you don't have a smell of anything. Well, when I went in there this morning to put that panel in, the smell is coming out of the barn. So maybe it's time to try and clean it out today. But that can wait till when I'm done my live. Yeah, sorry, Neil. I should get better at announcing these. You guys are very good at coming into my lives. Hi, Papa. Thanks for coming in. I'm not sure. You guys give me your opinion. What do you think? Um, would later, right before MT comes on, be better? Like they won't be on today, and so I don't have to worry about how long I go. But I'll probably run out of stuff to say. Because I know I like to go, or I tried going on at 11 in the morning and it didn't work. Um, as in, I think my people like Neil and Beth were there, and Sheena. Um, I don't know. It's always a different crowd, I guess. Um, Jerry, I saw a post that Terry is visiting the daughter and that they won't be on today. And they said, see you on Wednesday night. Hi, our off grid. How's the weather where you are? And this guy, even though he's been rolling around in the ground, I could see that he is getting a bit cleaner. So I'm very anxious to get that warmer weather so I can get him and just comb him out completely. I'll have to do a video on that, like a before and after, because he'll be a uh, different horse. Um, okay, really wet where you are. Different crowds. Here's a comment about that one I've noticed. I didn't watch some of the bigger channels and they'll say, oh, 60% of you aren't subscribed because they see that 60% of their viewers come in and they aren't. That's changed drastically for me. And it's a good thing because your subscribers are watching you. And the bad thing is I'm not getting out as much. I'm not being shown to new people as much. So, but I did work really hard around Christmas time to get over 1K, and I'll just have to wait till I'm on another break to get back at it and work that hard. Hi, Backroad. Or I should say Justin. And I'm okay with that. It feels a lot better when you have the time off to work really hard at the YouTube. And I just have to be patient. Because that's what I was thinking. If I go live every day on my break and then I get my 4K watch hours, that doesn't mean my views are going to be up at the end of that 4K or at the beginning of monetization. So still, my goal is for June, because then I won't have to compete with my previously posted. Hi, Jason. Thank you for coming in. Just having a relaxing day hanging out with the horses. You guys can't see. This one is right here. She's kind of got her head over my shoulder. Her head's sitting on my lap. Oh, she's so nice and warm too. When they stand in the sun, they generate a lot of heat. And I need to work. All I have is a handsaw. I gotta take this branch down because I hit it with the tractor. And yes, Papa, you're right. Trust the process. This branch I ran into with the tractor, and now it is all the way to the ground. I need to remove it because now instead of running into it, they have to run over it. But that tree has many limbs on it. It's not going to miss one. And I know wherever I cut it, there's going to be, I bet, 10 more that spring out of it. But let's see. I click on my more and sorry if I'm shaking the camera here. Try pasting that again. I didn't go back to the YouTube side of things to pin it. But yeah, it'd be so nice to be just sitting in the sun and not have the coolness of the snow around you. And that's why it takes so long for things to warm up, because all the snow has to melt. Oh, going back to, you can take it off with the tractor bucket. Yeah, well, that's how I ran into it, right? Because I was trying to get the feeder on here. This feeder has to be trashed. I need to get a new one. Because it's not connected. It is so rusted out. I bought it as a used feeder and it was rusting before I got it. And then eventually the bottom ring fell off. So now if you don't put it directly over the bale, like perfectly, those legs get caught in it, in the bale, and then it doesn't come down. And then the welding came apart where the ring was welded. So when you lift it up, it really bounces all over the place. Well, I bounced it right into that tree limb because it was very low. I could walk there and my head was level with it. No, just going back to your comment, Sheena, when you said 17 hands, that would be a huge horse, like a draft horse, because every hand is 4 inches. And I don't know, I can't do the math there. 7 times 4 is 28. That would be 68 inches tall. That would be 5'8". So if I stood next to that horse, his shoulders would be an inch above my head. So that's like a draft horse size. No, I would say this guy's going to come out to be around maybe 14.3, 15 hands high. Jason has a YouTube documentary. Oh, I'm getting the dogs excited. You can tell spring is in the air because these guys are starting to play around. Yeah, they're playing, Papa. So I'll just have to come out and make regular content one day when it's starting to get even warmer because they'll even be friskier. Or even once I let them out of this little area. But yeah, once the snow melts and the grass starts growing, the horses will start getting moved to different areas. And I'll probably keep these guys in this area until they are fixed. And then I'll let them out into a bigger paddock or whatever you want to call it while they heal. Well, Jerry, depends on if more snow comes. Last year, it was a week into April and we got this huge snowstorm. I think we were almost done with our snow. And then it dumped over a foot of snow on us because I know we missed 16 days of work last year, or at least they call it work from home days. And the year I bought my car, we didn't have snow beginning of March because I know I bought it beginning of March. A week later, I was going to go pick it up. We did have a storm that prevented me from bringing it home because it has summer tires on it, but it never stuck around. And in a couple of days, I was able to go pick it up. What is the NOR? What is the norm? I would say that mid-April, it should be melting and warm above zero. Like right now, we haven't had an above zero day, even though the weather prediction says yes. Every time I open up the weather forecast, it's always in a week, you're going to have above zero. So, like where I'm sitting, so I'm sitting on a little stump of a bale, and Christy's hanging out with me right here. If you sit still and you're not in the wind, that sun really warms you up. And that's what you see. The horses, they just stand around because they're getting warmed. But, oh, wow. And that's Fahrenheit. So that's below zero for you guys. I would think that that's odd because of how south you are. But yeah, when you're looking at planting stuff, of course the farmers are different. But garden-wise, typically you don't plant before May long weekend. Yeah. And you're in what, Missouri? That's what that sticker is. Oh, look what she did. I'm scratching her neck, so of course she moved her butt in my face. And look, can you see my fingers? Yeah, Yeah, that's way too cold because 30 or below is freezing, right? Oh, she's turning to him and switching her tail. 32 and below, yeah. So I'm getting better at knowing my Fahrenheits. Hey, Bo's snapping at Christy because she's getting too close to him. See, the one hand that got really dirty because I'm scratching on Christy is nice and warm, and my other hand that was holding the gimbal is just frozen, the fingertips. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to being able to sit outside and not feeling uncomfortable. And then before you know it, I'll be sitting outside saying, oh, it's too hot, I gotta go in. Says the documentary on YouTube. And if you do find it, are you gonna drop the link, Sheena? Oh, she wants that spot scratched. I'll help you out with that, Christy. Bo's whining because Christy's standing too close to him. Hi, Scott. Oh, that sounded funny. Hi, Scott. Yeah, she needs a good combing soon. But like I said, I don't want to start combing the horses until I know for certain that it's going to stay warm. Yes, Scott, I don't know what I was doing. And there's Tyrone coming up to see what we're doing. Oh, she's so fussy. She went back to scratching herself after I stopped. Let's see. Ty was being good before. He actually let me scratch all over his neck, and he didn't move away. Usually I can approach them, but if I don't have food, they kind of like back off, and he's not trained so that I could just catch him. I kind of have to herd him into the barn and then carefully put the halter on him. It made my afternoon. But I know he likes these cookies. Let's see. I've been watching a lot of horse channels, mostly probably from the Netherlands, but a lot of people that train with food. And I thought, that's something to try. I think one thing I'm going to try and do, this is Bo. He comes and sits so close to Christy. One thing I want to try is, with Jack, see if I can teach him how to bow. because basically it's the horse stretching out, which could be good for them. Hi, Peter. All right, Justin, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I don't have too much to talk about today, just a relaxing day, sitting in the sun, watching the horses, because this is the most sheltered piece of land. And what? Oh, Bo's making sure Christy doesn't walk in his space. While I'm waiting for the snow to melt, I'm also daydreaming about how could I expand my barn. This fence here, I want to rip all this down because I never did dig the posts low enough. And then if you see the really short posts there, that's the original fence. There's another one right there. Christy stepped forward and she's now pushing her butt into my back. Nope, Scott. It is, I could take a personal day. It is on a long weekend. I think that's against policy of our work though. But I could ask, but let's say I did take Friday off. I could travel Thursday. I'd have to get a hotel, then travel Friday. I'd get there and be really tired, but I'd be there for Saturday. And then I'd have to travel all the way home on Sunday. It might be better if you had a passenger with you. That is too much for me. And just the expense of it. I think that what I'm going to do one day when I do have the funds, I'm going to go when I have time off, which is all summer. I can plan it for a week or two. Hi, Daddy Dutch. Hi, Roadhog. Plan it for a couple of weeks that I go and stop in and visit all the people that I know. I probably wouldn't go out too far east or too far west, but I could hit a lot of people just by traveling south to you so that you can see what is going on. What do you, oh yes, definitely. I'm definitely going to be watching you guys. Yeah, flying doesn't make sense. I don't like flying because I can't do whatever I want when I fly. And I also like being in control, even though I guess the scariest part of driving would be other drivers. But there is I don't know if you call it a freeway or interstate. There is one highway that would take me all the way down there because I've already looked. I think it's a 17-hour drive. But those highways, you could go, they're added not for kids. Oh, are you talking about posting that link? I wish I could show you guys. Hi, Rebecca. What Christy is doing, she's just immediately went to my back and she's pushing on my back because she wants her butt scratched. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of channels I know at that meetup. So I'm going to be watching everybody. Hi, Henry. 16 plus hours. Well, and that's funny that mine is 17. Maybe I'm saying the wrong number, but it's just directly south from me. It's just like if you were to draw a straight line, pretty much. I do have to jog over. If you connect Winnipeg down to where the lake is. Busy watching? Yes, definitely. Trumpet Master, what is it called? Mid-America Meetup. It's in Lake Tenkiller, May 19th, 2021, I think. It's a long weekend for us. Okay, thank you, Justin. And thanks for coming in, Trumpet. I don't think I said hi to you already. Yeah, the one cool thing about upgrading my phone is that I have two phones. And I did open up another email. I didn't create another channel. I don't plan on posting there. But who knows? Maybe one day I will. But I used um, my old channel name is on my other YouTube account. So I can have two phones going and watch two lives at the same time. And if I did get my laptop on, I could actually watch three at one time. 60 days away. Wow. That means I'll be planting my garden in 60 days. Okay. I'm just looking at the comment that you're the same, but from the east side. Yeah, like if I go out, I would like to. I don't know how far Ohio is over, um, but like, um, oh my goodness, I'm going to say his name wrong. Back, what? Backwoods mindset. And to see Troy, um, 9 hours from you. Daddy Dutch, where are you? Straight south. I can't remember who it was. Roberta, isn't she up there in that area too? And then there's a whole bunch of people in Missouri. Um, Arkansas. I always said that I would go visit Mama V. Yes, Matt. Who else? Iowa. Yeah, so I'm just, if you're 9, does that mean if it's 9 hours south of you, does that mean you're 6 hours south of me? No, it would be 6, 7, 8, 8. If I'm 17 away, then that means you should just be 8 hours. That doesn't seem right. I went to, yes, I-29 is what I took. I'm pretty sure we went to see Macklemore in, what's Iowa right next to? Um, I can't remember what state I went to see them in. I know that wherever we went to see Macklemore in, it was right along the border of two states. Uh, Halfway, yeah. I remember it taking us 12 hours to get there, and I can't remember. I'll remember the place that we saw him in after I get off this live. No, where is Ohio? Ohio is should be more south. I don't know my states very well. No, not Ohio. It can't be that. It's got to be Nebraska and Iowa. Hi, Deb. Yeah, I went on later today, Deb, because I'm just feeling lazy, waiting for spring to arrive. Yes, we went to Omaha to see him. And so Nebraska is right along the border of Iowa, is it not? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, we booked a hotel. I'm pretty sure it was in Iowa because to go to Omaha, you just have to travel 15, 20 minutes to wherever the arena was that we went to see him. So I left work, which would be around 3:30, and we traveled all the way. And so 12 hours later, it was like 2, 3 a.m. in the morning that we checked in. Well, I'm not trying to label people, but this punk looking kid, and I mean, he looked punk. He had the dark hair, tattoos, whatever. He checked us in, but he said, "Oh, there's a problem with your room. We're going to switch you to another number." I'm like, "Well, whatever, we're exhausted. We just want to check into the hotel room." check into the hotel room, and then next morning, the manager calls us out of our room and asks us why, what we were told for the switch. We actually stayed there 2 nights because we got in there the first night. The concert was that day, and then we stayed at the hotel again. Um, the manager was asking us why we switched rooms, and he was trying to accuse us of stealing the big, I don't know, 60-inch TV. And I just said to him, you know what? My vehicle's out there. I'm from Canada. You can go check. I said, we still have another night to stay here. We did not take anything from that room. Um, so I think it was all planned out. Blame it on the foreigners, right? Um, but yeah, that was our experience with staying at a cheap hotel. So I'm pretty sure that guy took the TV, came up with the story that the heater or whatever didn't work in our hotel room, and switched us. It doesn't even make sense when you say it out loud. But that's what happened. Phil, I do know that because my daughter said she went there. Um, Her boyfriend's family took her around to visit all the bars or the music or whatever it is out there that they have. Rebecca, definitely. I don't have my address posted anywhere, but what my plan is, I have a whole bunch of stickers. I'm not even sure why I didn't go live to. I'm getting distracted by the dogs. I think they saw a squirrel somewhere. They're looking up, but I don't see it. So I was supposed to get stickers, and I said I was going to do a night at the races, and I was going to do that before I was monetized, but now I'm waiting till I'm monetized. But now I'm thinking, like, I don't expect a crowd like Al has, because Al knows a lot of people, but what he did was brilliant for his 24-hour live. All right, thank you, Jerry. To give away every hour or so. And I was thinking, well, instead of waiting around till I'm monetized, maybe I should change my mind and go live and do races every hour or so and give away my stickers. But I would like to guarantee a win for everyone who has sent me a sticker, because I don't have a board yet or anything like that. I don't know how I want to display them, but I would like to give a sticker to everyone who has sent me in the past year. Hi, RG Arizona. Yeah, don't worry. I'm just hanging out, chatting with people coming in. So, Rebecca, we'll have to email each other our addresses. And did I miss Scout Inquire? Yes, I did. Hi, Scout. Oh, and I didn't say that. I saw that comment before. So if you're still hearing this, Jerry, happy birthday. Put them on my tractor. You know what? I'm also thinking about that too. There's so many things I need to do. I need more fencing here. I want to have a 12 stall barn. If I plan on doing this, I need a new tractor eventually. Every time I get on that tractor, it's cross your fingers and hope she starts. It's so bad. If I put them on my tractor, they would get weathered and faded. So I'll have to find a new idea of where I can put them. The one thing about my garage is the snow has, I don't know if we can pan over here, way in the distance, if you can look at the yard hydro pole. Behind that is my garage. The snow has melted off, and I guess it was really warm one day. And it was the day that I had to go to work, but a different area was closed down, so my daughter didn't have to go in. Well, she needed something from the garage, and it had all been snowed in. She actually dug the door out, so I'm happy to be able to walk into my garage again because it's been snowed in all winter. And nothing was very important that I needed, so I just didn't do it. But gotta get to my garage and clean it up. That's another job I could be doing too. Is I gotta figure out new siding on that place because the squirrels and the mice are getting in there a lot. Yeah, I'm having a feeling that if I ever do get a tractor, because I don't know how to fix them, I probably would finance a newer tractor, and I would only go as big as I need to get a round bale lifted. I don't need a gigantic tractor, but that's one thing about mine. I cannot lift. Some of these guys make 1,600 to 1,800 pound bales. I can't lift those with my tractor. I have ones that are maybe 1,200 right now, the bales, and my tractor has a hard time with that. I just lift it up and I'll be using it like a snow plow. I'll use the bale to like clean the whole pathway out. So the lifting capability. Also, a new tractor means I could get different implements. Um, I would love to have a blade. The one thing about this last snow that we got, we were all snowed in, and my daughter wouldn't get out with the car. So I took the tractor and I scraped the width of the vehicle down the lane. And the lane is an eighth of a mile long. Well, when the snowplow came out, he saw that we made a little path, so he didn't bother coming down our drive. And then this past week, all the blowing, I have a 2 foot drift at the end of my drive again. And so after I feed the horses, I got to go clear the lane. And I thought if I have to deal with the snowplow picking and choosing when he comes down my road, um, I'm just, I need to be more self sufficient. If you want something done, do it yourself and you're guaranteed that it's done. Who said that their dogs are barking there? Oh, Scout, yeah. Scout. Yeah, it'd be amazing. All of this white and brown is going to turn into green. And hopefully, under this snowdrift here, the manure pile gets smaller and smaller. I need to move that out. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I was talking about it before. Somehow, this fence is going to change. And one day, I want to either extend the barn out or just build one in front of that. Whoops. Clicked on something. Let's see. I'm going to pan behind me. This is how she's standing right behind me. She's so nice and warm though from the sun. I warm my hands up on her. So that size of Kubota could lift a 1,800 pound bale. Um, I'm reading the question how long I've been here. I think it's going to be 17 years in September. Um, so we moved here on October 1st when my son just had his 10th birthday, and he was born in 96. So I'm pretty sure he's turning 27 this year, and that's how I figure out how long I've been here. And that's how I figure out the pig's birthday, because I go by, I think we got him a year after we lived here, and he was already an adult, like he was about a year old, and he's still alive. I'm also thinking about what am I going to do with the female once he passes, because then she'll be lonely. So 17 years, and I've been able to pay off my mortgage. And when I look at what kind of improvements did I do, it's only been the fences. Although, I'll point you this way, you can see um, where the plywood is on this side. The little side there's the chicken coop that I'll go in and out of. But this was just a shell building. It's like the guy had bought somebody's garage and put it here as a barn. Um, the doors, I need to replace these doors, but my dad had built it out of plywood and the horses have chewed it up. But on the door, a plank was put, like a 2x10, to prevent horses from walking in. And that's all it was. There's a cement pad in there and it was wide open. And so if you've ever seen my videos where there's two box stalls in there, one's 8x10 and one's 10x10. Okay, thank you, Daddy Dutch, for coming in. That was all built by me. All those 2x6s and all that plywood in that barn, I keep thinking about it. Man, I wish I would have had the money to do more, because all that wood that covered the whole inside of that barn only cost me $400 to do the whole barn. And now you buy one board and it's $20. It's ridiculous. But back then I had 2 kids I was raising. So I don't know. I was kind of thinking of materials. I'll have to look into different builders. Although it would make for great content, I don't think I'll be able to post woman builds barn alone. I think I'm going to have to hire people. Hi, Frank. But yeah, I definitely would like to build a barn. And just those nights when it's minus 40 and the wind chill makes it even worse, to have the horses in the barn. I know they're not, because of the way I have kept them all their lives, they're not going to enjoy being in the barn for long periods, but I know it would be a relief in the winter to get them out of the storms and stuff. 1,000 kilograms. Well, yeah, that's way more than enough, because that would be 2,200. And even those bales, I would not want a 2,000-pound bale. I don't even know if guys can make them, but those 16 to 1,800 ones are almost too big. I guess if you have a lot of cattle, it makes sense. I don't know. But even so, if these bales are 1,200, there's more alfalfa in them than I usually get for bales. And I know with my other horses in previous years, a bale would last a week. Well, these bales are lasting 2 weeks. So obviously better nutrition for them. They're not eating it as much. But I can't say it hasn't been a warmer winter. It's been just as cold as any other winter. I'll have to look at that one day. I wouldn't mind You know what? I don't really care what brand of tractor I get as long as it's reliable. Because I mentioned a different brand of tractor to my father one day, and goes, "Yeah, well, they make lemons too." So a spike on my pickup. No, I'm not gonna wreck my truck. I'll have to show you my black truck one day. I let my kids drive it out of this corral one day on it was spring and it was melting. The truck slid sideways into the gate opening and my son panicked, so he floored it, which he should have put it in reverse and backed up around it. So I have this big dent in the truck. And then my daughter took it to a shopping center and drove into one of those cement posts. And she wasn't driving fast. She was leaving the parking lot. But when she realized that she hit the truck, she kept going forward. And again, she should have backed up. Yeah, Scout, I'm being kind of lazy. He's just sitting here not moving. I'm waiting for warmer weather. Take you guys back out on the walks. I can't even think back to this winter and all the walks I did. I'm like, how did I do that? But I guess I was just excited to start posting regular content. This is the first winter that I've actually gone through the whole winter posting. Last year I gave up when it got cold. So I know it's doable. And you think one day if I ever had that big nice barn, I could just stream from the barn. I wouldn't have to go outside. It would be nice and warm in there. Hi vlog CA. Thank you for coming in. And Spencer, I think I made a comment, but I don't know if I said actual hi. Well, thank you for coming in. Yeah, I haven't moved the camera very much, just panning around in circles here. I mean, she's still on the lookout for the squirrel. It's funny because I was out to my other horses the other day and I could see the squirrel going into one of the rotten trees with the big hole in it. Got a little cabin carved out into the poplar. I can't wait to see this tree get bigger. So, what Scout asked me how long I was here. When I first moved here, this tree was not noticeable. So, in past years, it's just shot up. And I didn't realize I'm going to have a cottonwood right in my yard, or at least I call this my yard. Hi, Frank. Yeah, Frank, I haven't been announcing that I go live. I have still been going live, but sometimes I go at 11 o'clock. So I stopped my Monday night live. I was doing Sunday walks at 12:30. Then I went to 11. And now I'm thinking I might start going at 1. It just gives the day time to warm up. Although things are going to change for me in a week. And I'm going to start going live at all different times because I'm going to do a push for my hours. I don't know if I'm going to go on more than an hour at a time. And that's what's best, is just not to say what I'm doing because I never know what I'm doing. Because if I'm not in the mood, I change my mind. But can I get her on camera? She's kind of sniffing over my shoulder here. Yes, Frank, that's what I've been talking about this whole hour is I'm too lazy to walk because I just don't want to compete with the wind on the mic. I don't know. It's like a marathon getting through winter. Just waiting for it to warm up. Oh, where's her eye? Oh, I can't see. Boy, if you guys want a best friend forever, get a donkey. And they'll be our lap dog forever. I remember when I first got her, I had 2 mares, and they had never seen a donkey before. If only you had cameras back then, um, or knew to videotape it. The donkey wanted to get close to the 2 mares so bad for companionship. She would run up to them and the horses would be scared. She chased them in the pasture for hours. Because I can remember sitting on the other side of this bush, just watching them in the open pasture. And the donkey was braying, and the braying would scare the horses, and the horses would just run away from her. At 3:30, yeah, that's fine, Justin. I don't think I'm going to be on here much longer, even though Empty Homestead isn't on. And Justin, did you know that? Because you could just go on earlier. Um, that's just a one-time deal because I think they're visiting today. Unless I'm wrong and they went live. Oh, that's awesome. When I hit July this year, that'll be 2 years for me. Even though it's going to say 3 years, I was on YouTube just as a viewer for a year before I posted. But it's funny how when I first signed up for YouTube, it was almost a year to the day was my first video posted. Randy, well, I should say hello because I didn't see you come in. And you're saying you had 2 donkeys? And Tiny Farm Nuggets just came in. Hello. Well, if you didn't just come in, I just noticed you here. So hello. Thank you for coming in. And Jonathan, hello. Randy, did you have a boy and a girl? I used to have 2 donkeys, but like my dad had taken all my horses except for the couple of geldings because I didn't have a good source of hay. And the Christy had a baby. We called her Baby. And I remember she went disappearing. We had to go find her. She had actually had her on the property line because I couldn't keep her in the fence. She just went wherever she wanted. So we drove out. We found her on the property line. And I picked up the baby and opened the tailgate. Oh, I can see the squirrel. You wouldn't see it. It's running along the fence line. The poor dogs aren't aware. I opened the tailgate. I picked her up and I sat down and I let my son drive back to the yard. And Christy followed us because I was holding her baby and we brought her back. Hi, Jerry. So it was maybe 2 years ago. She got pneumonia and passed away on my dad's farm. And I'm getting in a better place financially. Yes, one each. More than a full-size horse? Did you have mammoth donkeys? Because this girl doesn't eat more than a horse. So yeah, having paid off my mortgage, I'm in a better place financially. I'm not raising 2 kids anymore. And I'm putting all my money into getting better fencing. I'm going to bring back the rest of my mares this summer, or I should say before winter. Because I'm going to use all summer to get as much fencing in as I can. And I still haven't figured out how exactly I'm doing it. Somewhere through this bush, I've got to connect another pasture so that, hi George, thank you, so that they can access the water bowl. And I keep my studs separated from all the geldings. These 2 guys are going to get fixed. And I'm going to wait until they're all healed up and a little bit bigger in size. And then they're going to join Jack and Ty and Rain. So I'll have 5 geldings together. But right now they're still studs. So, but I'll have all the geldings together. Christy, I don't know where she's going to be. We'll see how she reacts once the stud and the mares come home. She might want to join them. But right now, she can't crawl through any of these fenced-in rails. But if I put her in the barbed wire fencing, she knows how to stretch it and climb through it. So that's why I need to change my fencing. But honestly, if I had $50,000 in my pocket right now, I could spend all that money on fencing just because I want to replace the barbed wire with rails. Not necessarily round rails, let's say planks. Wooden fences is what I'm trying to say. And the perimeter, I want it to be the mesh, the woven wire. Look at her, she's going to kick me too. Just so that it'll deter my dogs from leaving my property. So, $50K. Well, me too, George, because with interest, I think I paid, it was 37 or something like that for the horse trailer I bought. And 6% interest on that, plus you got your 10% provincial tax. When all's said and done, if I take 10 years to pay that off, it's going to cost me 50 grand. So I'm going to try and pay that down as fast as I can. So yeah, Justin, you'll have to keep us updated on that. I like seeing the new properties. Even Rusty and Rachel, when they show around the property that they're getting. I love watching that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was thinking I could sit here debt-free, knowing that I'm going to be 50 this fall, and you can live comfortably, debt-free, and save up, and take years to save up for things you want, or enjoy them now by going in debt. What do I pay? My trailer payments are $500 a month. My truck payments are over $900 a month. Look at her. And then the odd time she lifts her tail to let off some gas. But yeah, I don't know. It was just a thought I had. Like, I could go ask for a loan, redo a mortgage. That way you could build a barn, and then you're putting value on the land. Although I don't know how that would work because my house is a trailer. I don't think there's any value in it. I got my towel. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. George, what kind of car is that? A Lamborghini? And I guess it's for how many years? I've got a 6-year loan on my truck. So I think I'm paying over 60 in the end for it. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'd have to Google what that looks like. I'm guessing it's a fancy car. But so look at all the hair I'm getting all over my hands. I'm gonna have to definitely wash my hands first thing when I get inside. Yeah, not including insurance. I pay, oh, what am I paying? I pay about 200. I've got a truck and car on insurance, but my car is just on storage. Um, But then I couldn't afford to buy the tires that I have in one lump sum. So we have a program where you can put those on payments for a year. So I'm paying almost $400 a month for insurance. What's your insurance out there? Is that in California? Hi, Mountain of Inspiration. Well, thank you. Just waiting to see if George answers the question. Yes, Randy. How many do you know? Send me their names and their addresses. Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. If you move even further north, things are even more expensive than where I live. So, and that's the thing. Sometimes I have conversations with my daughter talking about, like teachers don't get paid anything, or maybe your rent is cheaper or something like that. The further south you go, the cheaper things are, everywhere from goods to cost of living, your pay. Three cars. Well, that is quite a bit cheaper, but take $195 and convert it to Canadian dollars. And I bet you it's very similar. Yeah, we don't have a choice on our insurance. I have to go through, it's called the MPI for short, but Manitoba Public Insurance. So just walking away. I'm going to shut down in a couple minutes here. So if MT's not on, can you guys see anybody else on? Do you know of anyone else other than Justin going on at 3:30? I cannot actually see the time. I do see that I've been on. I will put ads out. Oh, see, back road, that's probably exactly the same. What kind of truck do you have? I have a Chevy 1500 4x4 crew cab standard box. And if I'm paying just under, like it's 170, but my car is on there. My car's on storage, and that doesn't cost a lot at all. But convert that to American dollars, I bet you we're paying the same. 216. So in an hour and 15, hi Bob. You can have all the snow you want, Bob. I'm done. I'm over with wanting snow for the season. It's been long enough. Really, since beginning of November. So November, December, January, February, March, and hopefully it's gone in April. 2021. I think my truck is a 2020. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're similar in price. Because even when the gas prices were going up and everyone would be like, oh, it costs so much in Canada. I know my daughter was talking with her boyfriend in Indiana. When you do the conversions of the dollar, it was pretty much the same price. So I'm just going to pan over to Rip's followed me all the way up to the water. And I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for coming in. You might see me in a week. I'm going to start posting every day. I don't know if it's going to be alive every day or just content every day, but I am going to be doing a push for my hours. I'm down to needing just under 1,300. And I have a week off, so I'm going to put a lot more time into my YouTube channel. So Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. Maybe we'll see you in Justin's Live later. If not, coming this next week. So I might even be going live on Saturday next week, because that's the beginning of my break. We'll see you then. All right. Till later.